My role sort of supports the staff in lots of different ways, and if that helps to keep people on the ground here, keep them happy in their roles, that's great. My name's Ken Provis. I work with MAF here in Arnhem Land. My role is Building Maintenance Manager. My role is very different, but basically I manage the maintenance of all the properties that MAF owns here and some of the rental issues as well as 2 hangars. My last role was head of primary school in Melbourne, Christian primary school. So I was involved in leadership in Christian schools for 27 years. Before that, it was time for something different. So God had plans. Planes need people, people need houses to live in. Planes also need a place to be maintained in. Someone has to look after that. Staff won't be happy if their toilet doesn't work. Staff won't be happy if their fridge breaks down. So staff won't be very happy with their life if those things aren't cared for. So my role sort of supports the staff in lots of different ways, and if that helps to keep people on the ground here, keep them happy in their roles, that's great. That's what I love, helping people. When I was in education, I loved helping staff to get involved in their roles and enjoy it. I just love helping people. One of the jobs I really enjoyed was renovating a whole house. So did all the painting, did the whole floor, laid a new floor in there. So took it from a very dowdy, dusty, quite dirty place to being nice and fresh and white new floors. There's little parts of that in lots of other houses that make the job very enjoyable too. Biggest learning, trying to perhaps do some jobs that were a little bit outside my comfort zone, like replacing roof sheets on a hangar, for example, in a wind. So yeah, there are some challenging things, yes. And my young helper Jamie, he's 42, and he daily just needs that connection when he's working. So it really has been for him, I think, a bit of a lifesaver on occasion. And he just loves and values what he does with MAF. So it's a privilege to have that role, to talk to him, to just be there, to just help him up. He invests in my life as much as I try and invest in his life, because I've learnt a lot from him. And it's a two-way street. Living in Arnhem Land has offered a unique opportunity. Life is a lot simpler here. It's not far to come to work. So that means I've got more time in my day. And so this has been the best opportunity in my life for getting into the word more. After MAF is going to look different for us, because we won't be satisfied to go back and slot into our old life. We won't go back to retire. We won't go back to sit in front of an armchair and the TV. We will go back to see what God has in the next thing. We were called to go. We will be called to something else when we go back. So we will look forward to seeing what that is.